You guys stop it. You are a f***ing stir. I don't need to f***ing deal with this.
This is nice.
Denise, it's so silly to leave like this.
Baby,
we don't need to
say
do this.
a word.
Stop it.
Oh, it's like this is silly.
What happens when a Hollywood love story collapses, and instead of a quiet divorce, it explodes into shocking photos, courtroom drama, and accusations no one saw coming? That's exactly what's unfolding between Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Denise Richards and her estranged husband Aaron Phypers. Once a glamorous couple living in a luxury Calabasas home, they're now locked in a bitter battle filled with restraining orders, allegations of abuse, and even claims that their house turned into a so-called biohazard. But here's the twist. Both Denise and Aaron are telling completely different stories. On one side, Denise is showing the world disturbing photos of a home in ruins. On the other, Aaron says he was the one forced to clean up the mess. So who's telling the truth? And what really happened inside that house? When Denise Richards stepped back into the Calabasas home she once shared with Aaron, she says she was shocked at what she found. According to court filings, the house was in complete disarray. Boxes and clothing scattered across the floors, papers tossed around like trash, and entire sections of flooring ripped out. In one photo, the carpet of a bedroom is completely torn up, exposing the bare floor beneath. In another, the living room looks more like a storage unit than a family home, with furniture shoved to the side and debris everywhere. Denise didn't hold back in her complaint. She accused Aaron, along with his parents and brother who had been living there, of severely damaging the property and leaving it in ruins. She told the court the condition of the home left her shocked, especially since she hadn't lived there for more than 2 years. But if Denise's version paints Aaron as reckless, his side of the story flips the narrative upside down. Aaron Phypers fired back quickly, insisting the pictures Denise submitted don't tell the whole story. In his version of events, the damage wasn't caused by carelessness. It was the result of desperation. According to Aaron, the carpets inside the home had become so filthy they were practically unlivable. He claimed the rooms were saturated with animal waste from Denise's own dogs, turning parts of the house into what he called a biohazard. He says the smell was unbearable, and the only way to breathe in certain rooms was to rip the flooring out completely. But Aaron didn't stop there. He said his family, the same people Denise accused of trashing the place, were actually the ones trying to clean it. He insisted his mother was the one picking Denise's clothes off the ground, carefully hanging them in wardrobe boxes, while they worked to salvage what they could from the chaos. From his point of view, the so-called disarray wasn't destruction at all. It was cleanup. Denise Richards says Aaron's explanation doesn't add up. When she walked through the property on August 3rd to collect some of her belongings, she claims the state of the home left her stunned. She hadn't lived there in over 2 years, but she says she trusted Aaron and his family to take care of the place. Denise also revealed she had left behind more than just clothes. She says sentimental items belonging to her late mother were still inside, and now they were caught in the middle of the mess. On top of that, Denise accused Aaron of something even more damaging, not paying rent. According to her filing, eviction proceedings against him were already scheduled to begin on August 23rd. She argued that Aaron and his family weren't just destroying the home, they weren't even covering the cost of living there. In Denise's eyes, the home she once shared with Aaron wasn't just neglected, it had been completely betrayed. By this point, what started as a fight over a house had turned into a full-blown legal war. Denise Richards told the court she only entered the home on August 3rd because she knew Aaron wouldn't be there. If he had been, she explained, it could have violated the temporary restraining order she had already secured against him. That restraining order came after Denise made a series of disturbing claims, accusing Aaron of physically abusing her during their marriage. The court agreed there was enough cause for concern and granted the temporary order, which meant Aaron was legally required to keep his distance. Aaron, however, called the accusations completely false and deeply hurtful. He maintained that he never harmed Denise and insisted she was twisting the narrative to her advantage. But while both sides pushed their stories in court, neither one seemed willing to back down. And what came next only added fuel to the fire. Aaron didn't just deny Denise's allegations, he flipped the script. In his version of events, Denise was the one who had walked away and abandoned everything. He pointed to the piles of boxes, clothes, and belongings scattered around the home and claimed, "That's all her stuff." According to him, those weren't signs of destruction, but proof that Denise had left her things behind for years, expecting his family to deal with it. He argued that his mother had even tried to preserve some of it, lifting her clothes off the floor and hanging them neatly to keep them from being ruined. But Aaron went even further. He said while Denise may have left her possessions, he was left with nothing. No clothes, no money, not even the equipment he says he needs for his work. At one point, he revealed he had to borrow a shirt and tie from a friend just to appear presentable during a court Zoom hearing. To Aaron, Denise wasn't the victim. He claimed she had stripped him of everything, leaving him, in his own words, with only the shirt on my back. Just when it seemed the divorce couldn't get any more chaotic, the whispers started. A source close to Aaron claimed that Denise's court filings weren't really about the house at all. They were an attempt to distract from her own secrets. That insider alleged Denise had been hiding an adulterous affair and suggested her sudden push to regain access to the home was more about controlling the narrative than protecting her belongings. The same source also painted Denise as manipulative, accusing her of turning away movers during a scheduled property exchange and holding on to Aaron's personal and professional equipment. According to that account, Aaron had been left unable to work, unable to earn, and struggling to even get through daily life. Of course, these claims remain just that, claims, rumors, accusations, and speculation. But in Hollywood, sometimes the rumors hit harder than the facts. And in this case, the mudslinging only made it harder to know who was telling the truth. At the end of the day, what began as a picture-perfect Hollywood marriage has unraveled into one of the messiest divorces we've seen in years. On Denise's side, we have shocking photographs of a once luxury Calabasas home left in ruins, accusations of unpaid rent, and claims of abuse that led to a restraining order. On Aaron's side, we hear about biohazards, abandoned belongings, and the image of a man stripped of everything, even his clothes, for a day in court. And just when you think you've heard it all, the rumors creep in. Talk of hidden affairs, manipulation, and whispered motives that go far beyond a broken marriage. But here's the truth. In battles like these, every photo, every filing, and every statement is part of a larger strategy. What the world sees might only be half the story. So what do you think? Is Denise exposing the reality of a man who destroyed her home and reputation? Or is Aaron the real victim of a carefully crafted smear campaign? One thing's for sure, in Hollywood, divorces aren't just about breaking up. They're about breaking down reputations. And sometimes, the truth gets buried beneath the drama.